7 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning to St. Kitts Nevis. It's time for Island Tea. At this point in the week, we say the glass is half full or half empty, depending on your outlook, right? Which camp do you fall into, AZ? My man.
The glass is half full. Half full. Yes, half full.
Okay, you.
I would say half full as well
Half full,
because
okay.
it's hump day Wednesday. Yeah, so we're halfway there.
Well, I'm
Yes.
half empty because my travel mug is half empty.
But we got not coffee. We got tea over here.
I see somebody
I have
wants
tea.
coffee.
No, I have tea. No, it's
Oh,
tea.
you have. Oh, you
Yeah.
got the tea. He got the
Yes.
tea this morning.
No.
No. He probably brought his own tea. What tea
I
do you
brought
have
my
in
own
there?
tea, but moringa, black tea, and basil. Yeah.
Okay, we got green tea. I was telling.
He has such a mixture over there.
Jeez, show
You
off.
can't just choose one.
I know.
No, well, you gotta fortify the tea. You know.
Okay, I see.
You know.
I forgot my lemon slices home though because I had a plan to do
Uh-huh.
green tea with lemon slices. Man, I'm so upset at
But you know what I find no. When I put lemon, it's a choice between lemon. Lemon tastes better with tea than lime.
Yeah, lime is just for juice, I swear.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's
Juice
not the
or
same
fish?
when it's lemon
Yeah.
for tea.
It's different.
perfect. Yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
it. That's
Oh,
it.
you notice it too? Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Listen, lime
real.
tea tastes horrible. Even when you drink the leaves, it tastes
Uh-huh.
bad.
It's true.
So we want to wish everybody a wonderful day. It is December 6th. Oh wow,
Look.
yeah, 6.
Look at him
Like I
running the
said,
week.
Vibes Cartel said, from the time you hit December,
It's Christmas.
every day is Christmas.
Yes. And as we prepared for this show and you had the song in the background, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas is You.
The $2.53 million song every
that
year.
song is ageless.
I
It's
know.
timeless. and
Actually,
it's-
when I was playing that song the second time, I was saying, all I want for Christmas is a broadcast computer that behaves.
Yeah, we were having a little difficulty
cool.
Yeah.
this
I had to-
morning.
that
folks.
was playing from a CD, so I had to
Oh.
go back to that because I had to restart.
The computer, yeah.
that shows Mariah
Technology,
is
yeah?
even on the city.
Mhm,
Yes, that's a show.
Still on the CD. Look at that, right? Imagine we had our CD players and our Discmans and all of that. Now those things are so obsolete.
No, CDs are not obsolete. They still make them.
For the radio stations only?
No,
Because I
they
don't see
make them,
anybody
no.
who
I go
has
in
a
the
stereo
stores.
set still in their house.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for those people, but hey.
Just is telling us some of his
no,
secrets.
because,
at
no,
home.
the logic is simple.
Uh-huh.
They started making records again.
Ooh.
That's because people are buying them. They still make CDs. That's because people are buying them. Maybe not as much, but people are buying them. These people are not in business to lose money, right?
Oh. I thought you just have to stream and download everything that you want
No,
now.
you can get everything. In fact, when
What about cassettes?
yeah, cassettes have their hipster constituency.
You have your
who-
cassettes home
who
still, innit?
I have some. I can't throw them out. because- no. Well, okay. I'll tell you what. Right? There's some cassettes I have. Until I can find it on CD, then I could give
Okay,
somebody.
okay.
Yeah.
You say give somebody who's gonna
Yeah, I have friends who
collect
who-
cassettes?
yeah.
So there's still persons with the is the radios that they
the
had.
radio
in
with the cassette
They
player.
still
Yeah.
make them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. I haven't
Yeah.
I guess because everything has evolved, I haven't seen stuff like that in a minute.
And the thing about it, this time has moved so fast because
Yeah.
I could still remember them being as a child. You had those, the cassette players, the DVD player. Well, yeah,
The
But
DVD CD players.
They-
Yeah.
They still
all
make
of that.
those. They still make all those. You can still get all the new movies. You can still buy them on DVD and
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
Because the
just,
quality is better. This is the thing people miss.
Mm-hmm.
The quality is better on
than the
on-
downloads.
Of course.
Well, you see,
Yeah.
I'm
for,
still
for
fighting
both
with.
music and movies and everything.
Oh, okay.
The quality is better on physical media.
Okay.
So guys, it's the Christmas season, it's the holiday season, and what are ways in which we could give back during the season? There was an article on Loop that says, ways to give back during the season. And number one, it says to volunteer your time. It says one of the most meaningful ways to give back is by volunteering your time to local charities and community organizations. Whether it's serving meals, wrapping gifts for those in need, or participating in community cleanups, your time and effort can make a significant difference. Many organizations need extra hands during the holiday season. So reach out to local shelters, food banks, or community centers to find opportunities that align with your interests and skills. Yes, so volunteer your time. That's one thing you can do during this holiday season. For those persons out there just thinking about what can I do, and then another thing is donate to food drives.
Of
Many
course.
families struggle to put food on the table during the holiday seasons. Participating in food drives.
Anyone
is
listening,
a simple yet
if you need
impactful
help,
way.
you need help eating your ham and your turkey,
Oh,
just
boy.
call me.
No, Jam, so they need help
I have to do
for
my
you.
I have to do my charity.
You have to donate
Yeah.
the turkey and the
Yes.
ham
Yeah.
jam, sir.
Kortensia, we have a little secret here. Well, it wasn't a secret because Candy and I spoke about it all the time. When it came to food, he always talks about it and never shared with us. And so
Aww.
this is an opportunity for him to donate to Island Tea
Or share
during
with
the
us.
holidays.
Jamster.
So you say about that, Jamster?
All hats and no cattle.
Oh, Lord. So donate to food drives.
Maybe I just talk about
Sponsor
food.
a family or child. Share your skills. Adopt a sustainable approach.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things you can do.
Yes. So you could sponsor a family or child, spread that holiday cheer. Or you
Yep.
could share your skills if you possess a particular skill or talent. Consider sharing it with others during the holiday season, whether you're a musician, artist, or skill baker. Your talents can be used to bring joy to those around you. And host a Christmas concert for local nursing homes, create homemade cards for hospital patients, or bake cookies for your neighbors and local respondents. And you could bake cookies for
The last time I saw somebody.
Island Tea hosts.
Oh. It also says your unique skill can brighten someone's day and make the holiday season a little more special.
Yes, guys.
I like that. And to adopt a sustainable approach, so giving back during the holidays doesn't always have to involve traditional forms of charity. Consider adopting a sustainable approach by making eco-friendly choices. Instead of traditional gift-giving, donate to environmental organizations, purchase gifts made from sustainable materials, or organize a community cleanup event by embracing a sustainable mindset. You contribute to the well-being of the planet and future generations. This holiday season, let kindness and generosity be gifts you share with the world. I like that.
Yes.
It's a nice article, Lazy. I saw it,
Mhm.
but I didn't. It touched my heart that
Yes.
you shared it.
Joy to the
Oh,
world, the
she's
Lord has
tearing
come.
up.
It's such that December brings that that sense of giving, that sense of reflection and purpose, and it brings at the time camaraderie, goodwill.
Yes.
Yes. It's supposed to be a wonderful December, guys. Let's not
Yes.
spoil it.
I saw folks in Antigua actually from Sandals, I think. A friend of mine and a group of her, they were going around to giving out presents to the younger students, and then they were volunteering in cleanup, planting trees, etc., etc. When was it Volunteer Day? Was it on Monday? Or yesterday? I think they had an International Volunteer Day,
Oh.
Let me check just to make sure, because I want to think it was yesterday. Yesterday I saw all of that. So it's funny, as you said, Loop is listening all around.
Yes,
They are.
It is. And, just touching on some of the things, Venezuela had their referendum on December 3rd as it relates to the Essequibo annexation, the Guyana-Venezuela land dispute. And, they voted. And based on the information that I gathered, 95% of those who voted supported it. But the thing about it though is that not many people actually voted. When you look at the population size of Venezuela and you look at persons who actually voted in the referendum, it seemed not to be a significant amount, but 95% of those persons voted yes. So,
Where did they get those votes from?
a lot of persons were saying that because I was listening to different stories, and some persons were saying that they were persons in government who would have been supporting those are persons who were part of the government and stuff like that would make up a lot of the numbers who voted the yes.
Because people were saying the lines were skimmed, so they don't understand where they got all those votes from.
Yeah.
Do rest, I say, but guess what? Essequibo will not be annexed to Venezuela. We will keep our Essequibo.
And this has been a dispute over the time, and we've been talking about it for some time here on Island T. And the matter started back again recently, especially since, when they look and they see Guyana had the oil and minerals over there. So it is.
Chavez always was fighting for it, but Chavez, I don't want to say gave up the fight. Maybe when he got down, he just decided, okay, let me take a break. And then now Maduro comes and following his, as he said, his idol's footstep. And he's going to try to get it, but he's not going to get it, man. Nobody's going to get it.
Terminal diseases have a way of turning you into a saint. In your,
That's when you realize you don't have much time and you're going to ask God to forgive you for everything because you want to get into the pearly gates, right?
Yes.
Yep. But I would really want to know where those votes came from, because the fact that the queues were so limited, how did that happen?
Yeah, I think that they said, I'm trying to remember, and
ballot
I'm
stuffing,
remembering.
probably. No, but seriously,
Maybe.
This is an authoritarian country. Right?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Or probably went and stick up everybody in their house and be like, hey, you do this, you do that.
I think I saw a news. I think I heard a news source indicate about just over 1 million people voted, but the population size, I think, is greater than that. So
still, and so many people are leaving.
I'm trying.
If I know,
to find
Venezuela
the
is like 40 some million
reason.
people.
Wow.
Because remember, if 1 million people voted, it could just mean that maybe 800,000 or 900,000 of that million voted for it. So you can spin the statistics to make it sound as though you had a resounding victory, right?
I guess you can. Wow.
So here looking for the article, because I swear we sent it into the chat, and as anything, when you're looking for that thing that you want,
you
can't find it out at the time.
I always say statistics is how mathematicians lie and propagandize. But it's true. I mean, because it's how you spin it, right?
Yeah, the figures, you could always remember, because some people may argue, well, 95% of those persons voted yes, and this is now gives the government the mandate that it's needed to take back Essequibo from Guyana. But then somebody else might say, well, how many actually voted?
Like
and look
myself.
So yes, you see how how the narrative can be garnered from both sides.
Yep.
And so, again, we hope for a peaceful resolution. And I have an article here.
Oh, wait, just quick aside, and you can continue. The Venezuelan population is 28.2 million as of 2021. So.
But a lot of people left since then, so they need to recount.
So this article, and someone just sent me, thank you so much. It says Maduro orders the immediate exploration of oil, gas, and mines in Guyana's Essequibo. Venezuelan President Maduro is asking for the country's state-owned companies to immediately begin to explore and exploit oil, gas, and mines in Guyana's Essequibo region, a territory larger than Greece, rich in oil and minerals. And this article was published on December 5th. So it was published very recently. And it says Venezuelan president on Tuesday directed the country's state-owned companies to immediately begin to explore and exploit the oil, gas, and mines in Guyana's Essequibo region, a territory larger than Greece and rich in oil and minerals that Venezuela claims as its own. The announcement came a day after Maduro got the victory he sought in a weekend referendum on whether to claim sovereignty over the region. Maduro said he would immediately proceed to grant operating license for the exploration and exploitation of oil, gas, and mines in the entire region of our Essequibo. He has ordered the creation of local subsidiaries of Venezuelan public companies, including the giant PDVSA and mining conglomerate Corporation Venezuela de Guyana. It is not clear how Maduro's administration intends to implement the idea of exercising jurisdiction over the territory once it officially declared part of Venezuela through a law that has to be soon discussed by the National Assembly, which is controlled by the ruling party. In addition to the announcement regarding the exploitation of resources in Essequibo, Maduro announced Tuesday the creation of a new comprehensive defensive operational zone, ZODI in Spanish, for the disputed strip, similar to the special military commands that conduct operations in different regions of the country.
It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. What is he doing? Where is he sending over where? When? Who is where?
I'm just letting you know we're not letting you go, eh?
Oh, you mean to go fight?
No
Yeah.
conscription for you.
Well,
no.
not me. I
Good.
already said I'm not fighting. I'm hiding
Good.
like Trump. But I'm going to defend with my mouth, though.
Yes.
It's not going to work. He can't do that. Anyways, I'm not even bothered with that man. His sainthood needs to come quickly because he's not acting right. Yes, that's all I'm going to say. He's just being a meanie.
Yes.
Straight up meanie.
So in other news, we see Grenada. The Grenada is saying that they are seeking to increase compensation of parliamentarians. So in an article on December 4th, it says that the Grenada Minister of Finance, Dennis Cromwell, has announced that in a bid to strengthen parliamentary representation, the matter of increased compensation to parliamentarians will be brought before the House Committee for deliberation and discussion. So they are thinking about increasing. The finance minister says the government shall propose a salary of $5,000 per month for each elected member of parliament, irrespective of whether they are a member of government or the opposition. So when I heard that, I was like, so what the salaries are now?
Yeah, because if he's seeking 5,000, what are they getting?
Yes. And it says, too, the government shall also propose a constituency provision of $120,000 per year for each elected member of parliament.
That's the money they get for to do things in their constituency.
Yes.
Okay.
Irrespective of whether they are a member of government or opposition. Also being proposed is a salary of $3,500 to members of the Senate, irrespective of whether they are government, opposition, or independent appointed senator. Cromwell says that he is sure that the nation will be shocked if he told that parliamentarians who are not in cabinet or who are opposition members of parliament only receive a basic parliamentary allowance of $1,474 per month, while a senator receives a basic parliamentary salary of $852 per month. He says this is clearly unattainable, says Minister Cromwell, as he notes the experience in other Caribbeans is vastly different from Dominica to Trinidad and Tobago to the Bahamas. And certainly here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the basic salary for ministers are more than that. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well,
wow.
one thing I wanted to mention was this was something I never knew it was this bad, but I always thought that
They made money.
no,
No, they don't make money.
who?
What do you mean?
Senators?
No, I was no. Okay,
Oh, you're
well, let's
talking about
finish
something
that.
else. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's kind
okay.
of related.
Yeah, what
but-
you're saying, Jamsa?
No, apparently St. Kitts and Nevis has the 5th highest number of lawyers per capita in the world.
You don't say.
Yes.
Well, you got that for true that you got that.
I just sent it to you guys. And
Yes, he said for true. Yeah.
yeah,
Take it easy.
yeah, I really want to go in on this one.
Yes, because there was a
Because,
publication yesterday that showed how many persons are licensed to practice in St. Kitts and Nevis for the year of 2023, and based on the information that I saw, and it was published by the St. Kitts High Court,
Okay.
and based on information I saw, I'm trying to remember. I think it was 208.
Lawyers?
Yes, or
Okay.
just over 200, less than 210 registered, but over 200, so between 200 to 210. I think I saw 208.
That's kind of a lot.
Yes, it is. But every year we have to pay to the court a fee, and then we also, for those persons in private practice, would have to pay for business license and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's an annual thing that you always have to renew. So even though you're called to the bar and whatever,
You are correct. It says 208.
yeah.
Yeah. You have your statistics down, lawyer.
Does that include everyone, even the disbad ones or the ones who are not?
No, even
practicing?
this bad, you won't be able to
Okay,
to
you wouldn't
fit
be-
there.
you would become-
because it's a continuation. So
It's even worse.
So at the end of this year, we have to apply again. I think applications perhaps
Apply for what?
you have to apply to be back on the roll, the practicing role.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So is there any other schooling? I know doctors have to do like recurrent training. Is there recurrent training for lawyers as well?
Well, in certain jurisdictions, they require you to actually go to certain, we call it continuing legal education.
Okay.
There's some of it that is being done by the Bar Association here, but there's no mandatory attendance. I know in some jurisdiction, attendance is mandatory when it comes to Bar Association event and those kind of, we call it the continuing legal education. Those are somewhat mandatory. I think in Jamaica is an example where it is that you have to attend X amount per year as a qualifier.
Okay.
And also, if you're looking at parliamentarians too, you see what Guyana is doing is trying to give, or trying to pass that legislation that would give MPs some sort of allowance, constituency provisions for each member of parliament, so they could do work in their constituencies. I mean, when you look at the current now, really and truly, you what work can you do in those constituencies based on what you have and what is really given to you, and looking at the mandate. So especially as an opposition member of parliament, you're really even more disadvantaged, because at least if you're in government, even though you don't have perhaps that huge constituency allowance, that you do have the ear of the government, and so you could somewhat make provisions for your constituents through your ministry and through other ministries. But when you are in opposition and you really have limited resources to do what you want to do in terms of serving the people, or what you intend to do in terms of serving the people, then it really gives you that limitation. I think in Jamaica, again, I think parliamentarians are given allowances that would assist them, and the allocation. And I think too, for good measure, that if you're given this money, you should also account as to where the money is going. I think there should be financing.
You mean for the constituency?
Yes, if you're going to give
transparency,
if you're going to give 120,000, then you should give it and be accountable to where you're spending the money, how are you spending the money. They should be, because you're not just giving the money for your willy-nilly. So and there's a lack of transparency, so you can pocket that money or you could give it to all kind of things. Because it worries me when you hear rumors, and just recently there were rumors about certain acts, and I think to myself, why can't there be a transparent process? This is money. When it comes to, you have a ministry, these are monies not that you don't own. These are monies by the state, and so you should be accountable, and you have the resources to hire somebody to do the proper accounting. There might be small businesses where they don't have proper accounting because the finances to actually hire an accountant to do proper accounting might not be there. But when you have government and you have those resources, you could hire persons to do proper accounting, so you could report to the people what is happening and how you spend the money. So if St. Kitts and Nevis is to propose something like what Grenada is proposing, I would hope in addition to that there is a mandate that the information and the purpose of the money is open to and transparent as to the spending.
Grenada mentioned that they'll be transparent, or they just said they're going to allot this amount to to the constituency.
I haven't seen anything in terms of how the process will be after the money is granted.
I was even looking at the budget debate the budget presentation that the same minister had, and I was looking at the menial amount of money that they give to agriculture, and I'd be like, all over the Caribbean is the same thing, right?
And
That
Ireland is much bigger than St. Kitts.
I know.
How much? You remember the figure?
Yeah, let me pull it up, because I want to show the comparisons to all the others, because they're being meany to agriculture. I didn't like it at all.
Although
Look at this.
You could kind of look at it this way, though. Go ahead. Give me the figures
Agriculture is
first and then-
49.2 million, right? When everything else is like 100 and something million. Okay.
That's
Comparison.
a lot
Let's
of-
go.
I guess.
So recurrent revenue 1.2 billion. Total capital. Wait, I'm trying to find something. Health and wellness 117.9 million. Education 240.5 million. Infrastructure development 136.1 million. Housing, social, community, and gender initiatives 80.3 million. National security, prisons, police services 1.5 million. But agriculture is
1.5 million for
one
billion. No,
million.
for national security.
National
sir?
security, prisons, police service 121.5 million.
Oh, you said 1.5 million.
No. 1.5. No. But agriculture gets a mere 49.2 million.
But there's one way to look at that. Remember Grenada is a huge spice exporter. Nutmeg,
Yeah.
cinnamon, and so on. So it could be that if that money is, let's say, most of it is concentrated in other crop areas, then the figure doesn't look so bad, if you see what I mean. At least they actually have an agricultural export that they were renowned for, which is entrenched and developed and robust, right? So
yeah, but it still looks menial.
When you look at
Everybody
the-
else get big figures, and then that just get that little figure there. I felt a type of way for them.
And today is supposed to be Farm Report, isn't it? Yeah, today is
Farm Report,
Wednesday. So maybe
if you told Troy about that figure, he might burst into tears.
because he's gonna say it's a lot more than he gets. Okay.
Although all the variables aren't the same, so
Okay.
Yes.
And the nurses are still gonna continue to get their $500 honorarium for the 12 months. So those nurses are probably smiling. The doctors are gonna get 1,000. I always wonder. Anyway, I guess the doctors study hard and do more work, because I just cannot understand the disparity. Like $500 more because I am cutting open somebody, and I have to be there. The nurse maybe doing the little sop ups and administering the medication. Why I can't be a little closer? Why I have to be a whole half? So
I kind of understand it. I mean, it's not to say nurses don't work for
but they work just as hard. It's just rough.
You can't.
I get
really
it. I
say that.
understand, but
you can't expect the owner of the supermarket to be making $500 more than the cashier, right? It's not.
it have cases, but I understand it. But it's like, oh boy, at least put me a little closer and make me feel a little more special. Give me a little 7.
And no one ever says the cashier isn't important. The cashier is definitely important, right?
Definitely.
Everybody is important from head to toe. Because if the cashier doesn't take the money, how you get the money? People will walk out the store with your items.
And you don't want the cashier doing some sleight of hand every other sale, right?
Not
If you
at
know
all.
what I mean.
Especially if they're not getting paid enough. That's what most of them might end up doing. I'm not saying that's what you do, guys, but I'm just saying.
But I mean, I'm not an expert when it comes to the healthcare doctor, nurses, in terms of that thing, but I would assume maybe in terms of the time and skill, doctors, not saying that nurses don't, but doctors, especially specializing in certain fields,
that's why I said maybe because they study more.
would have a lot of expenses and time and resources put into it. Not saying that nurses don't have.
Understood. We are being our fairest here, but we're
We
just
have a
saying
call.
maybe because they study more and.
Okay,
as you said. Do more.
8:36. Okay, we'll take the break after the call. Oh, well, they're gone.
So
Okay.
we're going to take the break and then the caller can call back?
So call back. We have to take a quick break. We'll be back. It's 8:36. Island Tea continues. No tea for you guys, though. Tea is just for us.
James is not going to get any presents for Christmas from...
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Calling all business persons. The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee Corporation will be in St. Kitts from Tuesday, December 5th to Thursday, December 7th to meet you in person at the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's head office. There will also be a town hall meeting on Wednesday, December 6th, 2023 at the ECCB head office. Please check our Facebook page, ECPCGC, for registration details. See you there.
Are you tired of constantly having to repaint? Then it's time to level up your paint game with Harris Paints. With Quantum I-12 technology, Harris gives you better colors that last longer and takes less coats. So this Christmas, level up your savings with 15% off 1 and 5 gallons of top quality Ultima Plus available at TDC. Then, with each purchase, play the Harris mobile game for chances to win the grand prize of $3,000 cash. Now that's a level up only from Harris Paints.
Get ready for a musical extravaganza at the Cable and Greenhouse Band Junior Calypso Competition. Save the date for December 10th, 5 p.m. and make your way to the Marriott Plaza for an evening filled with rhythm, talent, and excitement. Join us as 19 young Calypsonians take the stage in 2 spectacular segments. First up, 5 sensational performers in the primary category. Then brace yourself for 14 incredible acts in the secondary category. All backed by the Greenhouse Band, and admission is absolutely free. Get all in with your crew for Sugar Mass 52 and show your support for these young, promising Calypsonians. See you at the Marriott Plaza on Sunday, December 10th, 5 p.m. It's a date with all future stars.
And we are back. It's 8:39.
My headset's falling off my head, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I was just looking at that thing again that we received from our friend. So you realize, you guys realize that what Maduro is basically doing is basically declaring war in sort of through the back door, kind of.
Yeah.
Because
just playing bad to both.
Yeah,
So
if you're gonna get up and say immediate exploitation of oil gas as though Guyana belongs to you.
yeah, greedy. That's all he wants. Greed. He realized what's happening over there. He the recent news that showed him how many barrels are leaving, he wants to be part of the barrels. But what is he gonna do with the money? You have oil over by you. What's going on? Where's your money? Where's your financials? We don't hear anything about that.
So we have some comments here about the doctors, nurses. Someone said, as a retired nurse, and the person taught many doctors, they agree that there should be a disparity as they continue to carry the weight of responsibility if something goes wrong. However, nurses are not half their value.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not cool.
And then another person said, doctors are ultimately responsible. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But there's another thing I always wondered. I wish someone would explain to me. This sort of blurred line between, for example, you can have a nurse who could have a doctorate in nursing. So how I'm like, you see what I mean? Because like a doctorate in nursing, is that like the first year of medical school? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
those are consideration.
you can get a master's in nursing. You can have a bachelor. So I always wonder. Well, if the nurses aren't that, well, I shouldn't say that, not that important. Okay, they're obviously lower on the totem pole of the medical organization, right? But it's interesting to me that you can have a doctorate in nursing or a master's degree, and then you still have the separate, profession of the paramedic and the emergency medical technician. So that's kind of interesting, huh? And all of these people are still not full doctors, but yet they're doing all these things that a doctor usually can leave you to do, can delegate and say, can you do so and so, and
But I think the
It's interesting.
degree
Mhm,
makes it gives it the weight, because these persons are certified. They don't get. I don't want to say they don't get a degree, folks. I am not judging you. I'm just saying, but the medics, aren't they just certified? Is there a degree? I'm not quite sure.
you can have a degree in that as well.
Okay.
It's interesting,
Okay,
huh?
so because I don't want to downgrade anybody's degrees, but just saying maybe that's how they look at it.
Because think about it, you can have a whole course of study based on maybe doing medical work in a high pressure situation like a disaster or a war. So I could kind of see how a paramedic could be a degreed type thing,
Okay.
or emergency medic,
Yeah, but I guess the doctors
pretty
study
interesting.
longer and harder,
for
and then they have what you call it. They have to do surgeries, and I had a doctor friend that said so many times things could have gone wrong, but he was grateful because he normally prays before all his surgeries, and he says sometimes you're reaching for something because you're sweating and you're trying to focus, and then you realize it could have been the wrong thing, and that thing just dropped, and you'd be like, thank God, because then you could have been in trouble. So there's a lot that goes into being a doctor. So I could definitely understand, but just add a little 100 to the 5, Caller, go ahead. Good morning. You're live on Island T.
And I get a little chance to, man. It's Christmas, I am the program. Now, here with the public got to say. It's hard out here, It's really hard as that.
Wow.
I want to talk about 3 things this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to go down at the Carty home. And when I approached the guard room, who in charge of the Carty home, they see him. The MP who in charge of the Carty home, if me was here, I'd feel shame. Because force him to pick up that assignment. That guard room there, them officers there, they read a suit out, in proper table, proper phone, and look like they're solving the process here. It's terrible. And it looked to me like with public officials, they don't care. They don't care. There's another thing I want to talk about. It's down there by KFC, Azard.
Yes.
Back and Kelly, where the old cinema was. Because them there, oh my God.
That's ready fry.
Ready fry.
Every cool ship industry.
That's ready
There's
fry,
a grill there.
jam down.
The grill area was properly tapped to the road. When the vehicle them pass it, and it stinks. Yes, so. It smells stink. I already recognize me and put smelling stink. These people here, I really got them in the nasty bracket because they don't care. They do not care. That young man over at Solid Road, I want to tell him this morning that Vegan, who was the manager of Solid Road, he shoots the big field. So they let it go there. But that's what Bridges say. Bridges was concerned with the people Bastille and the nastiness around Bastille. I was so disappointed with that young man. When he talked to him, went to the workers' church service down in the village. I mean, these people just taking people who ain't suited for this job.
Jam, I think your phone, something's happening with your phone.
Jam down. There's something.
And the next voice lady, are you talking me things?
Okay.
I'm hearing some excavator over there, next to me, breaking down the high school. And what you all should be talking about the hole in the system that tell young people. Up to now, the government don't come and tell us if the problem is still there or not, But building breaking down, it's going to look so bad. If the put up the buildings over there, and the same problem there, the young children them still getting infected. Have a good day. This is Jam Young. 4 people in Sendo.
Thank you. So based on what I heard, because some of it I could not hear well.
Yes.
The latter part he spoke about the area, he spoke about the Carty home.
Carty home, he
Yes.
said the security is not properly dressed and the booth maybe is deplorable.
Okay, then he spoke about the area by Ready Fry.
Ready Fry, yeah, jammed down. He said
Mall,
KFC.
the old cinema, that area. I'm suspecting he's saying maybe it is not as
He says it smells.
Okay, the smell.
He says it
Yeah.
smells.
And then he went on to the Bastille High School,
Yes.
where he talked about the demolition of the Bastille High School. You know, the government proposed to put the school, the new constructed school, right back there. So I think what he was saying too, if you break down, the problem still is there. If you just put back a school without fixing the problem, then the problem would arise again. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but what is the problem? Because nobody can say what the problem is.
You guys want to take a call?
Yes, let's take a call.
847, caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Morning.
I'm going to report to Carnival now. The opening of Carnival is next week, Friday. And something needs to be done before next Friday to come. How could we have the opening of Carnival and no folklore groups are invited? And how I guide, right? No folklore group should be sent no invitation. We should go at for pleasure. Carnival is speaking up. Yet still, the Grand Parade, we're looking for the same folklore group to take part in it. Folklore Avenue is still looking for the folklore group. What if the folklore group decides not to take part in Carnival? Before Carnival, it was Christmas. 1970 was the last Christmas celebration we had. That is when they start playing clown. Some set of people now come and want to dictate. I spoke to the director of culture yesterday. And what was said, I won't disclose it on the radio. But in full detail, he had questions. Was you invited? That's the question she asked. Anybody invite you? Like, what that means? How could you ask somebody who been taking part in Carnival from the beginning? He was invited. How could that be? That's insulting language. Disrespectful folklore art form. You need to me, right? Azard,
Yes.
please, cash right to you.
Yes,
The
Mr.
number
Tuyin.
is 668-2555. I just cannot sit with a telephone call. I believe the folklore art form needs somebody like me. Please give me an invitation to come on the radio sometime soon before the opening of Carnival. For us to have a discussion about this and the public have a say.
Okay, then. Okay, Mr. Tweed.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
saying that folklore,
Yeah.
the inclusion of folklore in the opening.
But,
But-
isn't
but-
that the history of St. Kitts
But
and
I mean,
Nevis?
it's only the 6th. How is he 100? I mean, is this official word that there'll be no folklore? That would be unusual to me.
Yeah, because
Right?
they're always included.
Exactly.
Wow.
But it's the 6th, and if he's saying the opening is next week, then when do you send the notice for persons to get involved?
They're probably
Yeah,
looking
but-
at they still have maybe 9 more days to.
But also, gosh, is not God, right? I mean, maybe other people know that they're performing. Maybe it could be that they haven't gotten around to calling him yet. You know, some things are. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people to be reached, and maybe 2 other people will reach before you. And you might get ahead of yourself. Oh, come nobody's called me yet, and then the next thing you know, they call you a half an hour later.
I can't
Because
be
just
the
because
devil's
they were
advocate.
working, you know.
Why wait until the season starts to make calls when
Yeah.
things can unforeseen circumstances can happen? Why
I
not
agree.
you
That
do this
too.
since October
That
or
works too.
November, so in December you just focus on what
Yes.
is going to happen at hand? Because you see now, as you rightfully said, maybe they have not gotten around to him, but he's still wondering because it's the 6th. Maybe he needs to get his folks together to practice.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
that,
and
that's
people's
valid as
time
well.
are important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you really need to give persons advance notice
Yeah.
because you can't. Maybe the day they call me might not be the day that I'm available. Might be the day I'm not available.
And as you rightfully say, if it's a clown troupe, he has his troupe. Everybody has work. Not everybody has a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4.
Yes.
People work on shifts, so he's going to get the practice together.
Call go right ahead.
Yes, Jamco and Azard
Yeah.
and the nice white lady. Mr. Dynamite.
Thank you, Jamna.
I want you all, especially Jamsto, who is a semi-journalist. Because
No, I'm not.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just the guy
take
that
Angel
plays
Yuri
music.
down there.
Nah.
The just look at the guard room. False expression, man. It's terrible. My good friend Conway, if you're here in Jam Down, come on, don't take that from you. Let it pass up the monies. These people have solved this country. All who down there, they played a little part. But it so happen they can't do better, like rich man's son, to go in proper homes. We ain't supposed to treat them like that. The players supposed to paint and look reasonable well. And we ain't gonna take this. Jumpstop, not even like this. The flooring is beaver board. You could imagine that? And you know, poor Mike's after a while gonna eat it up from underneath. It's terrible. The guards, them who sit there, want to be good for a young man. I'm glad for him, and I hope he keeps the job. Because we got to encourage these young people to work and pay social security in this country. We need them to work and be good citizens and stop taking up guns, slaughtering one another. Jamster, Dumbia is terrible, exported. And I'm abused them in January, you know, if you don't correct, you know. My good friend Conway, let me do better than that and start lobbying the money man. Because it looks like he want to pay up the money, you know, he's going to pay up these monies. Because we don't hear money there. Have a good day, Azard.
Thank you so much. Yes.
On one hand, he's, on one hand he's criticizing, but on the other hand, he just wants money paid out without any attention paid to. Well, is it prudent to pay out money, or we just want money? Because I don't know.
So the monies they're asking for is to fix the Carty home?
No, but the impression I'm getting, he's talking about like double salary or whatever, or whatever, or dividends or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
There are a lot of persons waiting with the borrowed breath for this announcement, whatever the announcement is to be.
Call, go right ahead.
Good morning, greetings.
Hey, what's up?
Brother Jamster and brother Azard and my beautiful mother of creation.
Morning.
Good morning, guys.
You got that right.
Just giving thanks for life. I would like to say good morning to your listener very day. You took callers of last, bring some reference to the public domain. But one thing we gotta look at when them things they come into place is about double standard. Now, the last caller emphasized about the condition of the garden home that was established in the 1970s or 1950s, all up in the age. And you want to tell me from past administration they realize that these things here need to be maintained properly. You only classifying on your party line because of your supporting political aspect. These things are killing things and these. Until we get rid of these political supporting aspects, because when you form administration within there, nobody was chastised in that kind of condition. And we was right in front of our eyes. Right in front of our eyes. We got too much lip service around here because we have favoritism. Many of them have favoritism around here when it comes to social development. For Sinkers and Nevis. If we can't count out the kind of crooked, bad-mindedness that we following within the political line, we ain't saying nothing at all around here. It's saying now we clear the action that we have facing to the young generation. Because here they call it emphasize, you have a young one working at the garden and he keep on head at that work source. What about others who work in other environments have got that different condition of those kind of behavior? We don't want to touch on those things here because it only fit a certain pattern. This time now we clean up the action around here. We really serious about the kind of maintenance and the building and the people work life, what they are enjoying. You all have a lovely day. Blessed love.
Okay, great. You too.
Thank you so much. I like what he says, how he puts it. Sometimes I can't remember exactly, but he's saying that you can't speak up because you don't want to lose favor or something like that. Yes. He said, and that's the reality of the situation often, that you don't speak out, you see things happening and you don't speak out because you fear favor losing. You have a caller.
Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning, Candice.
Morning.
And good morning, Jamster Azard.
Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning
to
to Island T.
Yes.
Well, I had this morning some turmeric and hot ginger.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yes.
I just had that with some fried fish
Yes.
and a little wheat bread. I don't want to follow up the white flour bread too much now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, talking about the Carden home, whether it's the government come, is the same thing. Now, my little opinion about the Carden home, I believe that we don't know who family members going to end up in the Carden home. Because sometimes rich people, family members end up in the Carden home. And I believe the Carden home supposed to look at, boy, whether the public, like firms like TDC, Hartford, and all those big firms, they should contribute and help develop the Carden home. You understand? Because we don't know who family members going up in there. Because some family members end up and people turn their back on them, although the family might got big money and big propaganda, this and that. So I believe that the Carden home need to look at, and I believe the public, like them big business in Sinkits, could help structure the Carden home more better than that with the government. I do not think of the government, everything government. I always say so. Everything you got to put government. I know government could do the starting, because them in charge, them control the country or whatever. The control the space that were going on in the country. But I believe people should contribute, like these big firms and other who could donate, because we had a lot of rich people in the federation, since it nearest. Because even people from Nevis come down and maybe could go in the Carden home the same way too. Because I don't know if Nevis that one for myself. Anyway, I'll continue listening to the rest of the program.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Mr. Politics. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
too.
We have
Yes.
family report coming up in like
Yes.
2 minutes. Just hope someone shows up.
Well, Rusty is saying that the home is the responsibility of the government, full stop. So,
The home?
the
Carden
Carden
Oh,
home.
the Carden
Yeah.
home. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys saw that clip? I said we could probably do that if we have
Yeah.
time after. But I thought that you guys watched it. I thought
Yeah,
that was interesting.
I think we made.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
with
I'm
the-
sorry, it flew over my head just now, but I
Yeah.
know exactly what we mean because I had my
Yeah.
2 cents to put in too. Yeah.
I mean, that was like a Ricky Gervais move, man. I mean, who does that?
Yeah, prank
Yes.
gone too far.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a caller.
No,
Oh.
he probably didn't hang up.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? Mr. Politics.
Politics.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. No problem. So you want us to play it now, or you want to take the break?
No, we could probably just talk about it until someone shows up. Let me. You guys go ahead. Let me just check out here.
Okay,
and make
then,
sure.
no problem.
See if it.
Yeah, so I see the article again circulating by SKN Times. It's saying again, St. Kitts and Nevis boat, I think the 5th highest lawyer per capita.
Yes, lawyer Azard.
Oh, he's here. Okay, then. So we
Okay.
have the farm report. So guys, we're going to take a little break and get back to you.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Get ready for a musical extravaganza at the Cable and Greenhouse Band Junior Calypso Competition. Save the date for December 10th, 5 p.m. and make your way to the Marriott Plaza for an evening filled with rhythm, talent, and excitement. Join us as 19 young Calypsonians take the stage in 2 spectacular segments. First up, 5 sensational performers in the primary category. Then brace yourself for 14 incredible acts in the secondary category. All backed by the Greenhouse Band, and admission is absolutely free. Get all in with your crew for Sugar Mass 52 and show your support for these young, promising Calypsonians. See you at the Marriott Plaza on Sunday, December 10th, 5 p.m. It's a date with all future stars.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TD TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Just in time for Christmas from the Bank of Nevis. 100% financing for your next new car, SUV, truck, or other vehicle. The Bank of Nevis is offering 100% financing with no down payment. 7 years to complete your payments, starting 1 month after your fast track approval. The first year of insurance and all processing fees can also be included. And you get $250 worth of free gas. This package comes with one of the most competitive interest rates in the market. Visit the nearest branch of the Bank of Nevis in Charlestown and 4th Street and Wellington Road, Basse-Terre today. This great offer of 100% financing for your next new vehicle ends on December 31st.
Terms and conditions apply.
Well, it's time for Farm Report. 3 minutes after 9 o'clock, and here's hoping that Troy is happy.
Well, it's December, Troy.
He's probably happy to be here. I don't know if he's happy. He'll tell us either way, right?
Yes.
It's always a privilege and honor to be in the FM studio.
So tell us, what is happening as it relates to agriculture? I am seeing...
James I was talking to?
Yeah, this one, yes. Yes. So I have been seeing all sort of commotion in terms of, and I don't know if you're prepared to speak on it or if you choose to speak on it, but I'm seeing all sort of commotion in terms of the Ministry of Agriculture allegations, because I have not investigated. I am not aware of what, if it is true or it is not, but persons being denied certain allowances and persons being denied certain things. I saw that being circulated. I cannot confirm or deny, and those are allegations that are being made.
Well,
so these persons are farmers? Is it that?
No, persons within the ministry.
Okay.
Workers, but,
Okay.
As you say, allegation. I don't know about it. I can't speak on it.
Yes.
But one thing I could say, good morning to all the listeners out there. Another farm report to, as you speak about employers. Hopeman, I know you're listening. Speedy recovery, my boy. And that's an employee at the department. He was hospitalized.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Yeah. So, speedy recovery. To all our super listeners, good morning again, once again. Let me start with some, tonight, Wednesday night, we have our annual meeting, the consortium, 7 o'clock in the PM, Parson Community Center. We're expecting guests, the marketing manager in the Department of Agriculture. Yeah. She will be there. We are also expecting a representative from one of the biggest suppliers of agricultural input. Yes. And they will make a presentation, hopefully. And we are also expecting to see a representative from AICA there at that meeting. So I'm encouraging all farmers to come out to this meeting. You don't have to be a member of the consortium. All farmers and all who interested in agriculture, come to this meeting and have an input in the meeting. So as we was talking about allegation, right? Is one thing I could tell you, is when you wake up in the morning, you wonder what's going to be the next hit at the agricultural sector.
Yeah.
It seems as if these guys just like hits after hits after hits, you know?
And I even saw something posted by someone who works there on the Facebook page, indicating a number of things. So it seemed to be that there is some disruption or there is something happening within the department as it relates to workers. And of course, I would say to any worker, that if it is that you feel like your rights have been infringed upon and you realize that your employer have done so, that you could always take the matter to, the court, if so needs to be the situation.
You're advertising for a job now?
No. I'm advertising for the rights.
For the workers.
Yes.
Okay, so tell them they have a right.
Yes, they have a right.
And you're speaking as Azard the lawyer right now?
I'm speaking as Azard the individual, Azard the lawyer.
How about Azard the smart man?
and anyone, because you see it all the time, and I think that persons, if you're disadvantaged and, sometimes you speak about those situations, you have to remember, and it says, St. Nevis boasts the fifth highest number of
lawyers.
So
208, and we have more that maybe have not completed their studies as yet.
Yes, guys, if you feel as though your rights have been infringed.
So if I going to be a lawyer, I got to be specialize in something now.
You'll be 209.
But I mean, anything that affect the workers at the department will also affect the farming community. Yes. Right? And there was a situation, I'm sure you see the article circulating, when this guy was hospitalized. It had something to do with the chemical room. And if you can't get with chemical, we can't get to farm. So, to the powers that be, please fix the problem.
Yeah, just fix it.
Fix the problem. I would like to come here some of these times and tell you that these are all good news. We have tomatoes on the ground, so people come and get the tomatoes and this thing. This is the kind of news I want to come and say that we are farming and we have surpluses. But let me get in a serious business. The consortium has met with the ministry, the PS, maybe about 5 to 6 times. You could say for the entire year from 2023,
yes,
for this entire year, we having meetings after meetings with them. The PS especially. We meet with the minister mostly twice. We meet with the prime minister also. The last meeting we had with the PS was the 6th, I think it was, of November. And he did promise us by the 16th of November, he'll have some information for us. Right? And we yet to have a correspondent. Right? That time already expired, and not him the courtesy to himself drop us a line and say, we know we have a date or something, but such and such and such. And I consider it as disrespect.
Right? It is. And the thing about it, and persons need to understand that the concerns that Mr. Flanders bring as a farmer and other persons who come on WINNFM to speak about the issues, they're not just particular to these individuals who come. In fact, I was speaking to someone who, produces and sells. An individual indicated that it is a really tough time out there, and that they agree with some of this, with the sentiments that I express. And so if you really, for those persons who call and say, why are you guys always bashing or stuff like that, I dare you, go to the farmers one of these times and just have a conversation.
I will tell you this. This is the roughest we have had it in years. It's bad, terrible. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I'll be paying an eye on the budget, right? And based on the amount of money allocated to the agriculture sector, I will know if these guys are playing us for a fool. Because if the budget ends somewhere up 70 million and up, then I know they are setting us up to fail.
In fact, the individual, said to me that the 25 by 25, they don't think that it would be accomplished. And this is just random. Sometimes I'm on the street, sometimes I'm in different areas, and because of, the island tea, and so persons would come out and persons would express themselves. And the individual spoke about certain things being identified, but it's as though you identify these are the things you want to get here, but there's no step in place to show you how we're going to get there.
Exactly.
So that is what they're saying. So yes, you want this, but how do we reach there? Are there steps, mechanisms put in place by the ministry? Have you had consultation with the farmers in the field to say that we are going to get there by X, Y, and Z rather than saying we're going to get there?
Well, we the consortium are looking beyond 25 by 25. We are looking at a national plan going forward. Because I can't see why the powers that be cannot understand. It seems as if they remember we had COVID. And I guess they learn from what happened with COVID. You see a lot of energy going into tourism. A lot of energy going into this creative economy. Right? And it's just talk going into agriculture. But at the end of it, when you look at COVID, there was no tourism, there was no performing arts, nothing. But there was people who want food to eat. Right? So, why they can't really understand that agriculture could actually move the economy. Mm-hmm. It could create jobs. Until they start to look at it, that agriculture, we could start to trade.
And the thing about it too, when persons look at agriculture, they look at it like, you have to be in the dirt, you have to do it. But there's so many things behind it. Because if you could get an industry booming, you have persons who go in and do the soil. You have persons who work the machinery. You're going to still need accountants. You're going to still need persons behind the scenes to ensure that all...
technicians and
there's a whole ecosystem that comes with
just like how you talk about the hospital, you have the doctor, you have so many people helping the
so
doctor.
Much sectors.
You have so many people who are going to need the work.
People coming from school could actually get a job. Because, that's something lacking in St. Kitts, job. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's sad. It's sad. I hate to come here Wednesday time to talk this thing,
And when you look at the utilization of our fertile land, we speak about having fertile land from since I'm a child.
Yeah.
They talk about St. Kitts and Nevis, the green in the flag is for our fertile land.
Yeah.
Are we really reaping the benefits?
The question is, what do we have?
But you can...
What do we have to show for fertility of the land? What do we have to show?
But Troy, you can argue that successive governments really aren't interested in agriculture, because if they were, they wouldn't just be building subdivisions willy-nilly anywhere.
Yes.
They would be classifying the land and say, okay, no, this land is of a particular arability grade. We can go so and so here. We can't put houses there.
But you made a point because Rusty is here on the Facebook page. You read his comment just now?
No. I hardly ever go on.
I thought after.
No, I didn't.
He said, before you go try, he said, why increase the budget when houses are taking up all the farming lands?
Yep.
So,
you see,
Rusty, great mind.
I thought after the close of the sugar industry, the land use policy is going to point out these kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's something Dwyer always talks about.
Mm-hmm. I don't listen to Dwyer anyway.
Well, no, but
The reason for
it's
that,
not about the person.
No.
The ideas are sound.
No. The reason for that, Dwyer did never ever take a stand for the farming community. It's okay to speak when you're out. When you are in the power, you never take a stand for the farming community. So when you come with something, I take it with a grain of salt. Because when you have the authority, you sit in a cabinet and decide it is cheaper to import than to grow your own. So I wouldn't really take anything what he said at face value. But we see back to what I was speaking about, right? Sorry, I went off that way, but
yes, go ahead. we
sense your passion.
I will say this, right?
Dwyer, he loves you. Don't mind him.
I will say this. Since we come here and we speak about the land preparation, right? Mm-hmm. This gentleman recently been in charge of the land preparation at agriculture, and he's doing a very good job, right? His name is Sean Clark. Mm-hmm. In a short space of time, that guy actually get rid of most of the backlogs. Since they got the 2 new tractors, this guy has been out there pushing and pushing, get rid of most of the backlogs. And I will say kudos to Mr. Clark. You know, I want to say it publicly. He's doing a very good job, and I want him to keep it up. Right? And I'm just hoping that is the beginning of something. Because, I mean, we've been down that road already, you know. Agriculture come with new tractors and we get rid of the backlogs. And then we fall right back into the same situation. But I just hope that is the beginning of something. And, you know, that same guy, we had an issue with the marketing. They placed him in marketing. And he built the marketing unit. Now he moved from there. Now gone into the land prep and he building it. I don't know, maybe he should be PS. Maybe he just know what to do. Maybe he got green thumbs.
But you know, I always worry about that. I always talk about this where, you know, someone is skilled in a particular
area
pursuit. Yeah. And they get kicked upstairs to fly a desk. And how is that productive? In the sense that this guy is good at what you said he does. Why being sent to a desk? Why is that? I mean, I feel like, why can't you be hands-on and still administer?
I believe if you're going to move somebody to a desk, you let your understudy study them before
exactly,
you move them out of the position once they are effective.
What I'm trying to say is that anywhere they put this guy, he shine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
So he got skills.
I hope that they put him to BPS and so he could shine there.
Well, let's hope when they put it to PS, he doesn't become like Animal Farm.
Oh, boy.
He just turns into all the other, bureaucratic people who do nothing.
You know, they think that the consortium how to get them, you know, but the success at the ministries, the success at the consortium is the success of the farming community, you know. We want them to succeed. And I think the mindset of the current leadership, I mean, as I said, it seems as if they are just trying to, they look on Facebook and see what they hit bits for today. It seems that they just want to always be in the spotlight in the negative. If you want to be in the spotlight, man, let your light shine so everybody could see your works, your good work, not just in the negative.
You want to take a call, Sean? Troy, sorry. Okay. I don't know where Sean came from.
We were just talking about Sean Clark. So.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm getting someone on the phone telling me they're calling, but still, I'm getting the dial tone. Okay, so when they call back, I'll bring it through.
Yeah, but I would like to encourage the farmers out there. Right now, it's difficult, right? And as my faith will tell me that, I believe that our tomorrow will be brighter than our today. So let me keep at it.
It's good to see you're optimistic in spite of all the...
yes, I believe at one point in time, agriculture was the mainstay in St. Kitts.
I would love to see it back being one of the major fighting forces, especially when you look at our economy. And I think that is an avenue in which we could go into and start to, have employment and try to build out the private sector as well through the farmers. We have a caller. Caller, you're live.
Greetings, Ireland to you. Hearing us?
Hey, what's up?
Hearing us loud and clear?
Yeah, hearing you.
Yes.
Your greetings to all, especially your guests. Give thanks, my brother, and definitely, tomorrow will be brighter than today. Remember, I tell you that no matter what we are going through right now, just time. Right faces in right places is very essential. Yes. We can't say that too much. And the sooner it is acknowledged by all and sundry, or if not all and sundry, most of our inhabitants, the better.
Yeah, I love that. Before you go on, I just want to say, how much I love that phrase that you use. The right faces in the right places is remarkable.
Jamaica, I love it. Jamaica love it too. That in Jamaica. it's on the university campus. I put that phrase together.
Yes.
In the presence of Ras Kadamari Knife, or Professor Rastaman, who, he's up there. And when I do it, man, he says, it's true. Where you get that from?
Yes.
That's inside my head. But it's important, it's very important. When you have the right faces in the right places, I mean, we're just good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just good to go. Yeah. Me hear say my brother about Dwyer, about my brother Dwyer, but level, you see people levels going on. I want you to realize that people levels of their consciousness, of their mental faculties and everything, it grows once you aspire for it to grow. So let's say Dwyer levels grow to this time, to this era that we're in. So don't dismiss what he's saying. Embrace, even if, as I used to say, even if you don't want to embrace the messenger, embrace the message. Yeah? That's what it's all about. It's all about growing, and when you grow, you see things differently, you speak differently, you think differently, you act differently. Because right now you say, okay, let me tell you something about Dwyer personal now. Dwyer eating habits is not like it were then. I happen to know that. So, I said that to you can see where we are coming from. Dwyer don't eat like he used to do before. He don't. Dwyer almost eat like Rasta. I like Rastafari, yeah. Not almost, yeah. Do I eat like Rastafari? Yeah. When I meet him again, I'm going to come from him. But, it's how you go, And, we up there. I want to say quickly, the cleaning up of the Federation, I think they are going on in Nevis too, I hope so. But the cleaning up of Sinkis are going in earnest. But as we always say, small trash, blind eye. And while they are cleaning up the big this and that from around the board, and we beg the people and don't do the things, man. Because people, the workers that still have to go in house and yard and all them kind of stupidness there. Don't do the things and put them to the side of the road. The city said that. Yeah? And certain things when you bring it out, you can't get rid of differently. This is a whole heap of board and whole heap. No, man. You can't do better than that. You're just blocking up the system. Anyhow, as we said, the cleaner going in earnest, and we give thanks for the constituency empowerment to implement this. Mrs. Livan and the crew, good meditation. And they said the second year, I hope we don't have to go to the third because the policies will just, and the legislature will just put in place to stop this nastiness. Yeah? We're going to say the cleaning up going on, but as we go around the land, we still see the small trash and the blind eye. People just throw down things from ground to the side of the road that boat. Yeah? So we have to take it to the other level of policies and legislation to stop this littering. Yeah? Big fine. Big fine. Big fine and jail if you have to. Farming community, yeah, we're good to go. Blessed love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elder, for your advice. And I agree with you. With time, people position do grow. So they shift. So I agree with you. I take that advice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we are here and we're discussing agriculture, and those persons in who are listening, I encourage you to call in, give your views. Looking at it, and as a young person, as a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, I think about agriculture, and not only in the agricultural sense, but everything in terms of the urban planning, everything, sustainable development, having a national plan for St. Kitts and Nevis, how we want to see develop over the years. We have a caller. Caller, you're live on Island T.
Hi, good jam, sir. It all.
Not my fault.
Follow up on. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to say that I listened to Troy as he knocked basically what Dwyer, he said he doesn't listen to Dwyer. Now, Dwyer exited government in 2006. So I think you all as hosts supposed to know things like that. So that 2006 is almost 10 years ago, right? So I following up on what Eli said, I think Eli gave a very good...
Wait, Carla, before, Mr. Asafam, before you finish, you said 2006?
Yes, 2006.
I know he didn't run...
If my memory...
No, I know he didn't run in the 2010 election, but he was still a minister in 2006.
He left, I am sure he did not run in 2010. He had already exited the government. If my memory serves me right, around 2006. He can always call in and speak on that, but it was a very long time ago. So do the research quickly online and figure it out.
No.
And that's what I'm saying, that you're supposed to know these dates. So someone coming on the radio and saying, oh, I don't listen to him because XYZ, he said this when he was a... You know, and how does he know whether Dwyer backed up what he did or did not do for agriculture when he was not the Minister of Agriculture? You understand what I'm saying? He was not the Minister of Agriculture, so how are you going to just blankly say that he did nothing for agriculture? You do not know what was going on behind the scenes. I find that's a very irresponsible statement to be making on air, and for the host not to be able to defend or something like that. Dwyer has been talking very outspoken on a lot of matters. So I really do not like the way that gets their approach, just so dismissive. Thank you.
Okay, so I have an article here, and it says Dwyer Astovan resigns from cabinet, and this article was published by the St. Kitts Observer, and it was published the 11th of July 2008, and it says the rumors abounding the Honorable G.A. Dwyer Astovan, Minister of National Security, Immigration, Labour and Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 2, had tendered his resignation to the Prime Minister Denzel Douglas, have been laid to rest, it says. And so the resignation later was in February this year. So he resigned, and this article is saying in 2008, and resigned from cabinet.
Anyway, this program is not about Dwyer Astovan, okay? And
we have a caller? Okay. Yeah. Rusty, go ahead.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Loud
good morning
and clear.
to all. I've been
Morning.
writing on the Facebook page, but I think I had to get in on this. I support Troy with his comment. I know people are going to be digging back and forth, but there are people like myself who comment on the political situation from time to time. And the gentleman he referred to is one such person. And when he was in office, he did absolutely nothing. What is wrong with saying that? There's nothing that the host can come in and say, okay, don't say that, or that's not correct, or that's not accurate. He is absolutely correct. Agriculture getting 40-something million, whatever amount it was, 4 million something, whatever the amount, 40 million, something like that. It cannot be enough. They're building houses all over the place. Where sugar lands were, Pam did it. They built on the sugar lands. They put houses on sugar lands. Douglas government did it. Then now Jew come in and doing the same thing. Now you have a few land, and they can't even understand to use hydroponics, use greenhouse, use all these other areas, and then get the equipment. We have billions in the CBI funds. Instead of giving it away, $500 every 6 months or $2,000 from Social Security, use that money to invest in the farmers and other stuff. Schools need money. The hospital need money. All these other things need money. Why are you giving away the money? Make people work to what they need. I can't understand why we don't grow up and stop thinking red, yellow, orange. Stop it, because we can definitely do much better. I don't know why we're not doing. And my last point I want to make. You see this agriculture stuff that you guys are doing, Island Tea? I love it. It's a really good idea. But what the thing is, if you would guys would the people at the consortium that they're gonna have shot, if they would consider a rebirth of CIMACO and make sure you have crops and livestock to give to that agriculture supermarket, that government runs supermarket, quasi supermarket, then you'll be okay. Just make sure the prices are right. You'll be all right. You won't need to wait for the boat from Guyana or St. Vincent or Grenada to come, or the big ships coming from Canada and USA with their products. We don't even know how they grow their products. We don't. But we still go and buying them because they're big and they're fruity and that kind of. Even the chicken. I never seen such big chicken yet in my life. But if we're not going to be consistent with our stuff, the government can be right. Then do whatever. That's just my contribution for now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Rusty.
you.
And that is something that the consortium is preaching. They're trying to put program in place so that our farmers could be consistent in production.
Try take another one.
Yes.
9:32. Call, go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Something someone could expand on. Example, I keep mentioning the dealing rate. It's been on sitting, doing nothing. It did the work earlier when it went over there first. Yes, they were successful. But then for human consumption alone, that won't cut it. We need to be dealing water for farmers. Why do it 11th of September? They're coming close to the 11th of December, and they haven't dug one more well. Somebody would have called on the Facebook page, it won't be ready by 2025. That's just a myth. It could happen. If the farmers go away to do the work, we are willing, we are ready. Just give us equipment. I've been promised something, and it's like coming to be in the fencing of my farm. But what they're kind of slacking on is getting cattle farmers to tie the animals. There are houses up here in the Douglas area, St. Peter's. Places, houses are built, but the yard is not fenced. That's the side road, like the walkway, and the house, with the fencing it to the sidewalk. Like they have them the route in. They can't walk on these areas. And they like the eagle passing, woof, woof, they could go at a standstill. And then chime in a little, and it's why I've seen. I remember the consortium. I'm going to be straight up. Back in 1999, when we had the hot pepper program fully on the go, we had tomatoes right up this area that they wanted to build the houses. That's the aquifer. Soil was working his back off. Yet, them said tomatoes on the cruise ship. But it was the Minister of Agriculture, Timothy Harris, upset in action, I'm telling you. He was very instrumental, very, very, very instrumental in asking, I'm telling you. He would try to kind of fully export the hot peppers into Canada and expect to fall on deaf ears. Because we done establish the market, you know. People in Canada, they was paying for the freight every Monday. The jet was coming in. Hot peppers alone, feel that jet, nothing else could have gone in there. That's what the purpose of jet coming down here. Person who never had one hot pepper cheese. Have it in the mood. Hot pepper. I could speak of it. I had over 20,000 hot pepper cheese. I had to put all of them and burn them. Me born with a stammer, born with a tight tongue. I get dehydrated and end up talking that way. I talk in fact and reality.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so
Tree.
much. Thank you for your contribution. Troy, there's someone on the YouTube page saying, Azard, good morning. Tell Troy, we in St. Thomas are listening.
I know that. We got listeners all over the world, you know. It's about Island Tea and Farm Report. We got, just in Taiwan.
It's true.
We got listeners all over the world. I know that. But I didn't want to make this thing about Doya or nothing. I was just trying to make a point, and I think I had enough to say on that.
Yes, fair enough.
What I want to do is that when there are successes, I report successes.
Yes.
And though we have a little success, I just speak about the success with the land prep. There are more problems, more kink in the thing than success.
And it seemed to me, based on the conversation that we've been having, because we've been having farm report for a while, and I've been talking to farmers as well as too, and it seemed to me it's a top-down approach, no consultation.
But look at it. Since we've been having farm report, it's the same thing we complain about. So it's just that they're just not studying with us. And I think we reach a point, every rope have an end. And we reach a point that, as I say it already here, and I say it again, we reach the boiling point. The farming community back is against the wall. You got to defend yourself. We will have to defend ourselves. Look at it, we sit in a meeting with the PS, and it wasn't only the PS there. You had the marketing manager there in the same meeting. You had the advisor, special advisor to the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Stanley, was there in the meeting. And so when you think, okay, it's the PS, you have other people there, and it's the same result. It's the same result. No matter who sit in the meeting with us, it's the same result you get in. So maybe they are playing idea you. So maybe they want to see us make our move. But to give time from our farm to do certain things, we don't want to do that. We want to stand on our farm, we want to feed the nation. So we come peacefully, we begging, and we urging you, please do something.
And I would suspect that it has to be all-inclusive approach in order to gain the success that the government boasts that they would gain by 25.
Any success is the government going to get credit, you know? So I don't know why they're not listening.
Yes, that is very true.
Consortium ain't looking for no credit. Consortium looking money in our pocket, the farmer's pocket. That we want. That will be our success.
Exactly.
The farming community not got nothing about the ball. You can't go to one farm. Right now, he had to differentiate the difference between big farmer and small farmer. Everybody's struggling. A bigger farmer be, a more losses here go. So it's all like encouraging, and it seems as if I don't know if it's designed. So when people leave school, they say nothing to attract them to farming. I don't know if it's a design. Because if I in school and I come and I looking at the farmers, them I can't show you who be like them.
But it always baffles me though, Troy, because the Minister of Agriculture, he's a farmer as well. So a lot of these concerns, it would be that I would have suspected that having, been in the practice of farming, that he would know how to deal with the situation and
to be honest with you, the minister, I don't know, he's a farmer. He have a farm running. And the minister gone into the ministry. This is one blunder to me. This is not nobody speaking but try. You gone into a ministry, you're green into government. You ain't surround yourself with people with who know what they're doing. Right? You're green, you're gonna pick a PS who's also green. Right? The experience ain't there to guide you. So now, what they're doing going around and around now, they're falling back now, and some experience. That's why you see people like Ashton Stanley now coming as a special advisor. Because they already made the mistake. Look at the PS. The PS, I'm not trying to bash the PS or anything.
Yes.
But the PS was just an ordinary staffer in the ministry in there for about 2 or 3 years. It wasn't himself an appointed person. Right?
Yes.
And then you're going to take that person and put him over the whole ministry, right? And expect him to shine.
Yes.
You yourself haven't had any experience in governing, and you expect to do justice to your post.
Yes.
The correct thing to do was to surround yourself with some experience. And at the end of the day, for your mistake, is the farming community who's suffering, who's paying for it. So when you see we asking for change, we're not just asking for change because we just want personal change. We need the performance to change also. It's not just a call to change. And we reach out to the Prime Minister and we keep saying it to the Prime Minister. The time has come when your top two in agriculture has lost the respect of the farming community.
We have a call on the line.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey,
good morning.
You see, we have some issues when it comes to farming that lots of people in the general public don't really understand. One of the main things is that why the farmers are crying out for help from government is because government have to throw their weight behind farming, because if they don't, it's bound to fail. If you don't have government hands behind you, not carrying you, but making sure that you dot the I's and cross the T's, then it will fail. If you look way back from when agriculture began in St. Kitts, government have been behind agriculture. National agriculture, when the plantation owners had it, because they recognize that the growth of any economy is the enterprise that does not control and manage and run by government. That is the growth of the private sector. And so for them to throw their weight behind tourism in terms of hotels, they need to have agriculture doing the same thing. Hotels are operating under the basics that they have everything coming into the country duty-free, tax-free, I must say. One of the main things that agriculture needs is equipment. You either have slaves to do the work or you have equipment. Today we have equipment, and it is my view that every farmer who can afford to buy their own tractor, let them buy it.
Yes.
Bring it, and if they can have a joint venture to come to bring it to St. Kitts, let them bring it. Tax-free. Only thing they should actually pay is the wharfage. And bring it in, buy diesel, fuels, spare parts, and so on, and run the farm.
Okay,
Farmers cannot survive without heavy equipment.
Okay, we're not running you. We're just letting somebody else join. Go ahead, caller.
The soil is very strong.
Good morning.
And when you leave it for a little while, grass will take over. And so you need a fast crop
Good morning.
episode that they will plant the crops and turn over the soil. And once you turn over the soil and you replant again, you will have it under control.
Okay.
The farmers need help. And without the help, they will not be able to survive easily. And I think that I have said enough. I will listen to the rest of it. But you must treat it as it's a national project. You don't have to inject money into it. Just bring in the equipment. Let them bring the equipment. Who can't bring it by themselves? Join forces. And whatever tractors government have, let them go right ahead and assist those who don't have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
Okay,
have,
caller. Yeah.
Mr. Astafan on the line. Mr. Astafan?
Yes. Yes. Dwyer, go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. We're hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
I'm not hearing it. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Someone just called me and told me that one of your callers said that I did nothing with regard to agriculture when I was in government. Is that correct? Did somebody call and make that statement?
A statement to that effect was made.
To that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's unfortunate when ignorance and personalities get in the way of facts. Now, I really don't need to defend myself, but in the pursuit of truth, I think I need to correct what was said. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity. I was never the Minister of Agriculture, so the caller would never know what contributions I would have made in the cabinet discussions and other activities over the 13 years that I was in the cabinet. But I was the Minister of Tourism. And in our very first term, I introduced, along with my team in tourism and working with a team in agriculture, we introduced a program which unfortunately did not get off its feet, and I'll explain why, called the Agri-Tour Project. The idea behind the initiative was to expand your agricultural output to feed the growing tourism market. Cruise lines, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cruise lines, hotels, restaurants, and indeed neighboring islands. The Taiwanese.
Hello?
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 Yes, go ahead, Mr. Astafan.
Yeah. So at the time, the Minister of Agriculture was Dr. Timothy Harris. He was not particularly energized by the idea, but we still had a committee in place led by Mr. Steve Duggins on behalf of agriculture. The Taiwanese government was involved. We tried to design a tomato. The idea was to ship tomatoes to start with to St. Thomas to supply the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Unfortunately, logistical challenges, getting it to St. Thomas on time for 9 o'clock delivery at Pierside became more than we could handle at the time. So the program did not really get off its feet. And there are other efforts that were made from tourism to try to help lift and expand agriculture. So what the gentleman is saying, if it was a gentleman who called in with that lack of information, he needs to correct himself or ask people who know better. And do not allow personalities and attitudes to get in the way of the pursuit of fact. The Agri-Tour project could have been a very successful project and really should be pursued now and should have been pursued since we got these piers built here in St. Kitts, so that the farmers wouldn't, and what we were doing as a government, we would allocate X amount of acres to each. You grow tomatoes, he grows carrots, and so forth and so forth. We'll buy them from them and sell it to the ships. So we have a steady market for our agricultural food, agricultural product. And in addition to that, as I said, the local hotels, restaurants, homes, businesses, and the neighboring islands. So, and anybody who was involved would tell you about that initiative and where it started. So I just wanted to put that on the table for people to understand.
Okay, thank you for your contribution.
And thanks for the opportunity.
No problem.
Thanks for the clarity.
I'm not hearing you.
Thank you, Mr. Asafan, for your clarity. Just before you go, though, were you a part of the administration?
Okay, thank you.
Were you a part of the administration?
I don't think he could hear.
You hearing me?
Yeah, he's not there. And I think there was some...
You understand why he just explained?
Mm-hmm.
Again, top-down approach. You see why we at where we at? The top-down approach.
Mm-hmm.
They buy in. Because, I mean, what we need is the infrastructure in place so things could happen. This top-down approach is what we're trying to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because you try that project and you ain't fail, the whole thing collapse. So we ain't nowhere closer or better off. But you trying the project than we are today. Trying the project is one thing. But we ain't better off. The top-down approach is what we're talking about. That's something that's stifling the sector. You were part of the administration that closed the sugar industry. Tell me that you make nice to say that you decide that the whole affairs should go into tomato production. You try the whole mansion into root crops. All those lands up St. Peter's area there, good land, good farmlands. You were there that decided to throw out all those cane fields and put down house. Where were you supposed to start to use the land properly for agricultural purpose? Where was your effort, sir? So it's not about you. I sorry I had to end up call your name. It's not about you. It's all about the system. The system that need to put in place so that the sector could grow. We ain't want no handout. We're not here for no handout. We need systems in place for growth. That's what we need.
Yes.
The farmers are willing to bang their pocket and spend for what they want, once the system is, because our thing is we're supposed to take this as a business. It's business approach. Tell me that you had seminars to help farmers to better their condition, better their skill, improve on their skills. Tell me you do that. Then I will say kudos to you. Don't tell me that this cruise ship can come and you're trying to sell them something that's good, but that's just on the surface. That's not depth. There's no depth in that. And that is what I think that we are just about a little handout here and a little handout there. We need depth. In a tourism, you put down a cruise pier down there. There's 2 pier down there for tourism. They ain't going nowhere. Not time soon. As a matter of fact, they're thinking about expanding. They ain't going nowhere. Where's the infrastructure for farming? As Mr. Tweedy talked about, tell me that this year in the budget, you're telling me that there'll be a capital project to dig wells and to pump water and higher elevation. You build dams up there to take that water, and we're going to feed the entire area that farmers operate with water. And then after that, we give you a drip. We start the drip program. If this budget telling me that, then I could say kudos, we're going in the right direction. Tell me about the capital projects that you are going to implement to make agriculture better. Yeah, that's all we're trying to get at. So it's not about pounding your chest and trying to say me did this and me did that. In the end, you leave no system in place. You build your house on sand. There was no system. It wasn't grounded. No root there. And if we have a crop without root, you know what's going to happen to that crop. So, in closing, you say we're closing up?
Yes.
I just
passionate, very passionate
Yes.
about what he's about.
Yes, very
I
passionate.
have to, because it's our livelihood. It's a whole sector. Once again, the meeting tonight, Parsons Community Center. And I encourage all farmers. Mr. Dwyer, I'm inviting you to that meeting tonight. So come with your ideas and share with us. Please, sir, I will like if you can do that.
See, I told you guys you love Dwyer, There's
Yes.
love there, I know that.
Yes. So, guys, it's been a wonderful program here this morning.
Sure
I want
has
to
been.
say thank you to those persons who listened out. Kortensia, you want to say anything to them as we depart this morning?
Oh, boy. I don't think I have words, Azard. Maybe you can.
But and listen, we have a lot of a lot of calls. Rusty
boy.
called back.
Yes.
So next week we can continue.
Sorry, caller. Sorry we couldn't take you all in. But Azard gave me the opportunity to close out, so I'm going to say have a wonderful day. Do not let the bad words of others deter you on your path. And thanks for listening, and see you again tomorrow.
Yes. And we have Jason Amory coming up next. He's going to be on Sugar Fix. Yeah.
Okay, Sugar Fix
It's
is
all
up
about
next.
Rock the Runway at Ramada Resort. Hey, what's up with all those R's? Rock the Runway at Ramada Resort. Jason, you just need to change your name to a word with R now. And
Yes.
it'll be perfect. With Ronald Amory.
That was an A. That was an A.
I just played.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So,
guys.
yes, welcome, Jason. Welcome. You have your show, Sugar Fix.
Sugar Fix. Sugar Fix.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
you guys have a great
indeed.
day.
You too.
Yes.